If Shanks is the wealthiest pirate in the history of One Piece, everything makes sense. What's good, y'all? You dub back here again here in 2022. Let's get it. The One Piece train keeps rolling. We're here to talk about a lot of times topics either people aren't talking about or we're doing it from a much different perspective. So, this video kind of subsequently comes from video I dropped about the Yonko, and I talked about all the present Yonko, Redhead Shanks, Blackbeard Marshall D. Teach, Strawhead Monkey D. Luffy, and Buggy the Jester, right? Talked about all of them. And I was, with Shanks, obviously, there's a lot of speculation because there's a lot of uncertainty. Teach too, but not quite as much. Buggy too, but not quite as much. We've seen a lot of their journey. We ain't seen shit with Shanks. The rise. And I'll talk into, aspects, some of that rehash, but also expand. But people have to remember, and some people remember the opening thing with Goldie Roger, episode one, and it talked about, I think even in chapter 0, wealth, fame, wealth, fame, treasure, or wealth. How's it go? Wealth, fame, something else. Anyways, he had it all. He had everything when he became Pirate King and all that. Conquered the Grand Line, all that good stuff, right? And look at his two apprentices, his two disciples, his two cabin boys. You got Shanks, right? And you got Buggy. Now, we know Buggy went after treasure. Buggy wasn't initially interested in being the Pirate King and more. We see and all that good stuff. Shanks was like the Kobe to Michael Jordan. He was the Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan, the Mamba mentality. Something akin. Not exactly, but something akin. He got taught the game. He was given the straw hat. He learned under Roger. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But let's look at Buggy. People think, oh, well, Buggy, he wasn't. What was Buggy doing? Buggy was chilling in the East Blue. Buggy was doing his thing, da da da, boom, boom, boom. Buggy and Shanks are only 39. Roger didn't become Pirate King until he was 50. Or in his 50s. Something like that, right? Roger was out here traveling the world. Look at how he was living. Buggy and Shanks saw they dealt with the Whitebeard pirates. They dealt with Golden Lion Shiki. For Buggy was going through trauma. And I'm starting with Buggy's for y'all to get a literally bigger picture because people are hating on Buggy for no goddamn reason. Think about you were a 9-year-old kid. You were a teenager. You were in the world's most dangerous seas. You were out here fighting literally for your life and stuff. And you watch what Roger then went through. You also know that Roger died. You also know that Roger was captured. Why would you want to put yourself through that? The average person is not putting themselves through that. The average person, just like water, goes in the path of least resistance. Buggy was traumatized, and rightfully so. It's also why Shanks didn't want Luffy to join as a kid. He remembered. He remembered. Shanks just wasn't as traumatized as Buggy was. But Shanks took his own time as well. Still faster than a Newgate, Lin, and Kaido. Even though they were young and doing their thing, Shanks is the phenom. Only Luffy's been faster than Shanks. Hawkeyes, we don't know. But only Luffy's rise to superstardom, to legendary status, Hall of Fame status, right, in the pirate world, is faster than Shanks is. Now, obviously, Zoro, Sanji, who on Luffy's crew, but Shanks was that dude who did it first, right? And so let's look at Shanks, right? Shanks takes his time. Shanks is out here. What is Shanks doing? Anybody ever thought about that? We know he stole the Gomu Gomu no Mi / the Hito Hito no Mi model Sun God Nika. Actually, Lucky Roo stole that. What has Shanks been out here doing? He amassed his crew. First mate Ben Beckman, Yasop, Lucky Roo, and them cats, right? All them cats. He was sailing. He was in the East Blue for a while. He wasn't pulling what Luffy pulled. You see, Usopp, when Usopp talked about going out to sea before getting on the Going Merry, when he was invited by Zoro with the permission of Luffy, what was Usopp going to do? Usopp was going to go out there and do his thing and become a pirate in his own way, right? Like pirates had been doing for a long time. So Shanks was out here on these seas, apparently making a name. Not just clashing with Mihawk, not just crashing with Dracula Hawkeye's Mihawk. Hawkeye's helped give him a name, but Newgate was talking like Shanks was big dog already. He was an OG at a young age, right? So what the fuck was Shanks doing? Shanks was out here being a pirate. He's out here stealing his stuff. But then how could he just chill in the East Blue for a while? Maybe he was chilling to be away from all that static and smoke he was causing. Look at Shanks' bounty. Shanks got over a 4 billion berry bounty. Lin had a 4.3 billion. Lin is 68. Kaido has had a 4.6. Kaido was 59. Newgate had over 5. Man was what, like 72 when he died? Roger was in his 50s. Had over 5.5. Shanks has over a 4. He's 39. The hell has Shanks been doing? What the hell has Shanks been doing? Has he been such a terror on the sea at a young age? You say the tyrant Bartholomew Kuma. Who is he being attacking? Was he attacking other pirates? Was he one of those pirates that just went out of his way to attack other pirates? Was he such a menace? And then as he became the big dog, he became the peacemaker. Maybe other nations. Like you see how Germa is utilized of dealing with wars, which was Shanks and the Red Haired Pirate doing that. Where they helped to be used as negotiation. People can see Shanks' attitude and stuff, think he's stupid. Shanks ain't stupid. And he got bent back, man. Oh, he definitely not stupid, bro. Oh, he not stupid, bro. Was Shanks involved in the political aspect? I mentioned about Shanks being potentially half celestial dragon and otherwise. Maybe to a slave. Maybe that gave him like Doflamingo, but except Doflamingo, who was a terror, maybe Shanks was out here for real, for real. Doflamingo, but on steroids. Shanks is actually the fulfillment. And he was a half a celestial dragon, maybe, right? Half Tenryubito. Out here fulfilling. But really makes, because I was like an instant, maybe take down Yonko, but we look at Luffy's bounty, and you can say it's surprise, but Shanks has a 4 bill. How the fuck did Shanks get a 4 bill? Right? Lin, we know she was in the game for literally decades. Pretty much shit, ever since she was a kid. She been doing shit. Well, at least since 18. So 5 decades in the game, and she amassed what she amassed. Kaido, he was as a kid, and then, but, you know, he been in the game for literal decades, you know what I mean? What the hell has Shanks been doing? Well, okay, maybe Shanks was, again, let's say everything up, you know, dealing political, you know, out here roaming, out here stealing. But I said in the other video, what if Shanks runs, you know, the bootlegging, runs the rum running? What if he runs the alcohol industry? Runs it. Again, we've always seen, you know, oh, they drunk and they partying. Let's go back again. I cracked into it, but let's full deep dive into it. Golden Age of piracy, as I mentioned in that Yonko video, sugar cane, you know, tobacco, and rum. What if Shanks is involved in trade as a whole, right? Goes to different ports, brought forth different things. Now we know that Newgate stole and sent his shit back to his own village. What if Shanks has just been out here taking raw goods, bro? He's just been a terror and a menace on the seas in his young days. Targeting ships, actually being a real legitimate pirate on these seas. So much that the world government, maybe they tried to stop him, and the Red Hair Powers was out here bodying fools. I mean, we do know that specifically Beckman, Yasop, and Rue all have noteworthy bounties. All of them specific, out of any of the commanders and officers, those were the 3 ones specifically. Now I can do an entire video with the Red Hat Pirates as well, but I've talked about Lucky Rube being the enforcer type. He shoot first, maybe ask questions later. We saw Yasop, hey, boss said ain't nobody, anyone no smoke. So we know Lucky Rube about it. We saw him pull up in chapter 1, episode 4, where Shanks was like, hey, guns aren't meant for threats. Lucky Rube came out, Body full. Bust a cap in a full head. Then they a piece of me ain't like nothing. It wasn't shit. We know they bought that smoke. We saw Beckman, good old Big Beckman, use the back of it. Use like, these are veteran pirates. They been doing this shit. They used to this shit. We ain't even used to this talking. What a gunshots at. That's the time they on. Right here, pirates. Look, you got a monkey out here ready for the smoke, bro. Look at that crew. When they pulled up to Marine for Sengoku, like, oh shit. Sakazuki, he like, motherfucking ass. It had to be these motherfuckers. I'd rather deal with Kaido or Lin Lin. God damn it, why it gotta be Shanks? Good old, everybody misplays it, or you just trolling. No. Borsalino, the most veteran of all the admirals. We're not talking Sengoku and Garp and them, but the most veteran of all the admirals. Admiral Kizaru Borsalino. We've never seen an admiral do this. He said, put his hands up. Oi, Ben the Beckman. Oi, Ben the Beckman. He knew what time it was. Obviously, they continued. It's not, you could say, oh wait, your admirals, they don't scare you. You don't put your hands up for nobody. Just no average Joe. We saw Sakazuki was walking through the Whitebeard pirates when they went shit with it. Oi, Bean Beckman, Sakazuki about to kill Kobe with that magma fist. Shanks pull out that blade. We saw that Sakazuki got stopped by Sir Crocodile but kept it pushing. He got stopped by Shanks. And Sengoku said, hey, because it's you, with all due respect, we're going to pull it off. Respect because the peacemaker, the balance maker, but because it's Shanks. Because they know what time these dudes are on. So these dudes been on this sea, being a terror, being a menace. But also, in that process, being a terror, being a menace, Roger was being a terror and a menace in his own way, the great pirate. Shanks been out here amassing that wealth, though. So being involved in the trade, stealing and such. But what are the islands he owned doing? Why they flag his flag? Why not fly Newgates? Why not fly Teachers? Why not fly Big Mums, right? Could it be that Shanks guarantees economic thriving, right? Could it be that those islands, those nations that are under him, lucratively do well? Could it be that they got business contracts? Because people bringing up a possibility, oh, well, trade, and that's how Bucky. Could it be that under Shanks' sphere of influence, your land can thrive? How many islands in the world of One Piece are impoverished? Could it be that under Shanks, you don't got to pay the heavenly tribute? Now, you can say, well, aren't other nations? But Shanks specifically, hey, I got you, fam. Or maybe for those who maybe do, because I say Elbaf more, less amount of islands. Maybe he's out here in these different blues. Maybe Shanks has himself a global kind of scale. We talk about the New World, but maybe Shanks is out here. Unlike Lin Lin and Kaido sailing these seas for real, for real. So maybe, those nations where Shanks is like, listen, I got you. My crew will help cover that. But here's what you got to do for me, bruh. Shanks out here being a businessman on the low. Hey, give me you produce some good fine sake over there. You produce some good fine wine over there, some rum, some beer, some scotch. Nah, give me some barrels. Some barrels my way. Or if I come through town, let my friends, myself, we just gonna party, have a good time. We'll cash out on you, but just let us be. Don't report none to the Marines. Just let us do our thing. We'll pay you handsomely for maybe whatever gains they got. Or we got this cargo over here. We're looking to make a deal. Y'all looking to make a deal? Yeah, we can provide some food stock for you. Would you like to make a deal? And at this time, Shanks has just been amassing for over a decade, just amassing a massive amount of wealth. That'll give him a 4 billion berry bounty, where he has the amount of wealth that rivals or puts him over most nations. What if Shanks, the red hair pirates' GDP, and thus under Shanks, what if their GDP is godly, is this gaudy amount? What if their GDP, gross domestic product, what if the red hair pirates have so much wealth that they rival the world government? Ever thought about that? That's an emperor status. And maybe his bounty is again suppressed. Maybe his bounty should be 10 bill. Maybe he should have a higher bounty than Roger, but they just don't put it out there because Shanks isn't an active threat like that. But he's so powerful that they have to do something. They had to put something on his head because this dude he's doing too much. Just like Luffy, they cannot ignore it. But Shanks has such a pulse on the entire world. What if we've been deceived this entire time and Shanks is the mastermind? Or maybe it's not all of them, but first mate Ben Beckman, the quartermaster, who I say has his strategy. Him and Dragon out of the fighting genius, like there's about four fighting, the four geniuses. Luffy, the one true fighting genius we've seen thus far in the series. I say Dragon probably with information, with the way he moves on the chessboard, the go board, checkers. He's 5, 6, 7, 8 steps ahead of everybody, right? Ben Beckman, though, said he had the highest IQ in the East Blue. Ben Beckman, maybe his strategy game, militaristically in business, is craftier than anybody else's. And Shanks, he notices that Shanks is here, but even Ben Beckman pushes Shanks. He's like, "Hey, Shanks, look at the da 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 da. Lucky Rue the Enforcer, Yasop, the sniper, he's got a sense of things, but they handle them, Beckman can maybe, he's body. Don't get it wrong. Both of them body when that hockey game. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying they're weak. I'm saying that they have a mind for business. Okay? They on the real pirate gangster time. Gangster time. These dudes are out here doing real piracy. They're not just playing the political. And because they have such economic wealth, oh, because it's you, Sengoku said. Because it's you. That's not just a military threat. There's a respect level. Because, balance. I know you're just not out here. You're not like Kaido looking for this great war. You're not Lin just, chaotic in her mind. Because it's you, red-haired Shanks. We'll respect it because we understand your acumen. We understand that you're looking at the bigger picture. The girl say, "Oh, what's good, Shanks? We'll give you time. All right. We ain't got to throw blows. We know if Kaido was here. We know what time we got to be on. If Lin was here. Hell, if Newgate was here. If all the rest of the big name pirates were here. But because it's you, could it be that he has dealings with them?" We talk about kings of the underworld. Joker, king of the underworld, new world. You know, you got Buggy. You got Capone. Could it be that Shanks is the real emperor of the entire underworld, of the entire world of One Piece? His influence is potentially worldwide economically. Think about it. Think about it. So, dealing with the mafia families, dealing with what if he has a history with Capone? And maybe Joker was stifling his trade and shit. He let it ride, but people say that Shanks had maybe some, and let me talk. Maybe he's like, hey, yo, Buggy, he could replace Joker. I'm in with Buggy. I can deal with Buggy. I understand the threat that Joker put with y'all with him being a celestial dragon. You ain't got to worry about Buggy. Let Buggy ride. It's good for business. The fulcrum that is Shanks. Shanks is good for business. It's good for business. Man, think about it. How would that change your entire perspective? Yes, he's powerful. But the wealthiest pirate, even wealthier than Goldie, right? Because we never saw Roger's wealth. We never saw Newgate's wealth. Maybe that's the secret to his real empire, to his real influence. Yes, he's powerful. Yes, he's Rome. Yes, he's got the respect. Maybe he has the pedigree. And I know some of y'all may think of Triple H, but yes, he might have the lineage, But what if it's that moolah, baby? What if it's the economic power? We see the power of big news Morgans. I did a video on that, right? The information with news and how that could be. Shanks maybe could cripple the entire world. Maybe it's, he could cripple entire nations. Sure, he's got the military might. But if Shanks doesn't back up trade deals, doesn't back up trade lines, Shanks' name alone, well, Shanks' name on it, then it's good. Maybe the world government doesn't even mess with him because they know he helped secure the entirety of the world's economy. Nobody ever thinks about the economic repercussions. Who's really having the economy flow very well? Who's keeping things stable? Your man, the red-haired one? And they say he's going to make a move. Could he be concerned about Teach? Not really for the One Piece, but because Teach could potentially throw the entire world's economy out of whack. Do you know how many people suffer from that? He knows Luffy's not going to do it. Luffy doesn't care about that. But he knows the schemes of Teach. Buggy, he can deal with Buggy. But the schemes of Teach. He probably had an agreement. I've said this. He had an agreement with Kaido. Maybe he was saying to Newgate, hey, pull back Ace. He's not ready for this smoke. You don't understand the nature of Teach. I fought him. It's not because he's just a threat power-wise, but because Shanks actually utilized foresight. And old man Whitebeard was in his pride too much that he lost sight of what was at stake. Old man Whitebeard, Newgate, you helped run half of the New World, bruh. You a triple OG. You a Don in this game. Don't act like a YG. Pull your young hitter back. Pull him back. Pull him back. Do you realize what happens? And we saw what happens when Newgate fell. We're going to see what happens when Kaido's regime falls, and potentially Lin's regime. We see what happens when one Shichibukai is gone. Now the Shichibukai system. We just have been locked away in Wano. We haven't seen what the world's been undergoing. And folks are focused on the Revolutionary Army. Yeah, but what about everybody else? What about all those weapons that Kaido was fronting to the other nations? You see Germa. Maybe Germa starts taking... Maybe Germa starts taking over in the weapons game. Sanji family, anybody? Maybe that's how they reamass their empire, their kingdom in the North Blue. Anybody ever think about that? There's a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. They abhor, that hole in the game. Shanks is involved in everything because he's involved in the economic game. Wealthiest pirate in history. And if we're talking like things like stock market, if there are things like that, enterprises. Wouldn't be surprised if Shanks has dealings in every major item. Straw Hat's been on more. Wouldn't be surprised if Alabasta, he's had dealings with King Nefertari, Cobra Nefertari. Wouldn't be surprised if King Neptune knows him personally, just like he knew Roger. Why did King Neptune know Roger? You think that was just because of a friendly basis? Come on now. Shanks was probably the one dude who could talk with all the Yonko. And they were in just any smoke. Probably didn't do it often. Probably did. Put up on Kaido, no war, nothing. Because they know what time he on. Probably pulled up the top land. We see that he pulled up by himself to the Goro safe. No smoke. Pulled up. Think about it, dog. Why is he able to do all this? Why? It's just his personality. You think even Luffy gonna be able to just pull up anywhere? It's got to be something deeper. It's got to be. Pull up the Water 7. These are my thoughts. Shanks amasses wealth. Rum running, doing all this stuff, stealing, being involved in economic aspects in all the 4 seas and the Grand Line, the New World, Paradise. Shanks is out here getting that bag, as people say, but no. Shanks is out here getting that wealth. And what does wealth do? Opportunity. And if you're the wealthiest pirate and you're the most powerful pirate on the planet, you have a fleet, you have a crew of hitters, of killers, that if you move, there's very few parties that can potentially stop you. You're going to demand attention. And not only that, you got the charisma. People will listen to you. You got the back story. People know what you were about. Come on. You were the seeming heir apparent to Goldie Roger himself. Let's make a deal. Make a deal with the devil. See, Shanks isn't evil. I hated that theory, but I'm open to this. That when you make a deal with Shanks, you make a deal with the devil. Take it old pirate lore. Let's take it back. Shanks has that Mephisto's type of deal. If you know Marvel Comics or Dr. Faustus, I'll give you a deal. To be sweet, yeah. But there's gonna be something. There's gonna be a string attached. And those who know. Those who know don't. Maybe that's why Newgate was like, God damn it, I can't. There's obviously a reason that Shanks is doing this, and I'm not even playing these games, so no, I'm not gonna. So yeah, Shanks may be for the overall better good, but Shanks is a pirate's pirate, most pirate-esque pirate in the entire series, right? So while I painted all that good, Shanks still probably has that dark side to him. Shanks probably is known for gambling. Let's say he's running all casinos and more, getting all that bread, bro. All them and I said the rum running and such. Any drugs in One Piece? Any psychedelics? Any hallucinogens? Any depressants? Any stimulants? Shanks in on all that good stuff. None's off the table, bro. All that street money on them seas. Maybe Shanks gives out loans too. Hey yo, you need a loan. Can't get a loan anywhere else. To nations. This is what bankers and more have done. JP Morgan and them, anybody? The Rothschilds, anybody? Maybe Shanks gives out loans. Hey, you need money for that heavenly tribute? Come talk to good old red hair Shanks. We'll make a deal. But in the process, then what you gonna have to do for me though? Maybe the shrewdest businessman on the seas. And you got Ben Beckman to back him up. Oh, and don't get it twisted. When he needs a hitter, hey, Lucky Roo, you know that one kingdom we visit? Yeah. Which one? The one that has some, that meat you really, really like. That great pork and stuff. Oh yeah, that was good. You know, sad to say, I don't like this, but sad to say that they didn't follow through on the deal that they made with us. What you mean? What deal you talking about, boss? You see, while y'all were doing y'all thing, everybody was having a good time. Me and Ben, we had a discussion with the king, and to secure the safety, secure everything, they needed money for the military. Yeah, I get that. He don't want to pay. He's refusing to pay. Oh, they're refusing to pay. Boss, what you want me to do? We kind of need some of that money back, but I also want to make an example. Say less. Say no more. Say no more. I got you. Well, keep them alive. Keep them alive. Don't just body everybody. But I want an example made. Oh, for sure, for sure. I understand. Yeah, no problems, no problems. Hey, yo, Rockstar. Hey, what's good? What's good, boss? Yeah, you know that one place that had. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, the one with that good brand. That good rum that was supposed to promise us a bunch of deals. There was one. All right, I'll give you the directions. It's the one we went to time before last. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. One out in North Pool. Yeah. Um, I need you to deliver a message. Need me to do anything? No, just deliver this message. Make sure it gets to this broker over here. Da da da. You don't know him about him. He does this. Da da da. He's involved in textiles. He's involved in a lot of things. I'll send one of the officers with you. Make sure it's done. Just deliver the message. Y'all know what it means. And make sure you deliver back what specifically said to me. And make sure an officer is there with you. Trust me, boss? Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be sending you if I didn't. All right. Whatever you need. Yeah. It's for the good of the crew. It's for the good of everybody. This is just an important message that needs to get there. He could be on that time, bro. I had said, the hyena Bellamy, join the crew as the assassin, or even the allied. Imagine Luffy. You know, let's say somebody on some foolishness and they messing around, they fucking around. Send Bellamy. Hey, Bellamy, I need you to go to handles it. Or, see how Bartolomeo's getting down. Hey, Bartolomeo. Hey, what's up? What's up, Central? Hey, Bartolomeo. We can't presently be there, but I need a situation handled, in Fishman Island. Can you go see about what the disturbance is? I've been getting messages back. Yeah. Shanks is on that time. See, we don't look at the other side of how the Yonko run the empires, especially Shanks. We don't know anything about him. But these are some of my thoughts. What are yours? Unexpected Wonder, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the matter. And till next time, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. And yeah, Shanks might be that on that Andrew Carnegie, that Mansa Musa, that King Solomon time, just in a pirate way. Gotta love it.